Hi everybody, welcome to Football and the Blues. Craig, your host as always. Just thought I would send you an extra wee video just as an update after what's the kind of support that we've been receiving the last few days after Scott's video and after Rab's as well. Just wanted to send you all a video just to say thanks for the support. It really means a lot. We're going to keep trying to make as good content as we can. As I'd said, if there's anybody that wants to come on and have a wee chat with me, by all means just send me a private message and I'll get back to you. Purpose of this video is just a wee update. I was at Tyson Fury on Saturday. Don't know if anybody's seen the pictures. It's quite a difference in height there with me and the big man, but just to let you know, I did take him outside and kick fuck out of him after it, so it's all good, do you know? So listen, just I really just want to say, in all seriousness, like, thanks for everything. Do you know, I'm really overwhelmed by the support that I seem to be receiving from the channel, and I'm just going to keep striving to bring you what you want. Do you know, I'm going to get a few special guests on pretty soon, which is good. It's exciting for me and hopefully it's exciting for you guys as well. Just going back to the story about Tyson Fury, in all seriousness, with the guy, he did come through a really bad phase in his life when he was the heavyweight champion of the world after he beat Vitaly Klitschko. Fought him over in Germany, became the world champion, and was still battling a very serious depression. So it just shows that it can get any of us. Do you know, it can come, and as I'd said in the last podcast, it's like the big black dog. As I say, if anybody hasn't saw that yet, by all means go into YouTube and just type in big black dog. It gives you a rough understanding of what depression is and how it affects people. But it is quite a very hard hitting video. As I say, world champion, still having thoughts about suicide and hitting the drink and the drugs as well, and it just shows you that it can happen to anybody. From Tyson Fury, he was saying that the person that motivated him the most to really get back and be the champion that he is and show everybody that he is the main man, it was actually Deontay Wilder, because I don't know if anybody remembers that he'd done a video when Tyson was massive, and he says, "Oh, check the bum will never make it, the bum will do this and the bum will do that." And it motivated him. It motivated him to get back into shape. There was the video going about, I think he was running beside the water, if my memory serves me right, but he was having a jog beside the water and saying, "Ah, you big dosser, I'm going to make it and I'm going to come back and I'm going to knock you out." Do you know, and true to form, he did. He came back and he knocked him out. But what he did say was that he was still having those feelings. He was still getting that big black dog coming to get him. And it's just amazing how everybody, I have said it, that everybody's different. And for myself, and what I was doing was reading books and doing a bit of light exercise, obviously different to the training regime that guys like Tyson Fury have got. But for me, it's reading, it's looking at things, it's listening, it's writing, it's trying to be creative. Do you know, I play guitar, so it's looking at something that can interest you, and it's looking at something that you maybe put off. Maybe when you were a kid you wanted to play golf, or you wanted to play the guitar or the drums or whatever. Just get in touch with your childhood. Do you know, have a wee thought to yourself and say, is that maybe something, I mean, life's too short. Do you know, get about it and have a wee look and see if there is something that would maybe take your interest, and that in turn replaces the dark thoughts. Do you know, rather than, I'd spoken to Scott about it, rather than going out on a Saturday or a Friday or a Sunday and going out and getting blind drunk, like, do what Scott does. Go to the local church, go and pop in and see if there is anybody there that will maybe have a wee chat with you, maybe give you some advice. Or you could do what Robert was doing, you could go and volunteer. Do you know, these kind of things, all the volunteer groups are desperate for people, desperate for young men, desperate for young girls to come and give them a hand. Do you know, and as I'd said, when you wake up on a Sunday, the feeling that comes through doing things like that is just exceptional. and you're giving back. Do you know, as I said, life is really, really too short. That's the things that we need to be doing, is just looking at seeing if we can give back. On another note, there was a book that I was reading. This is not going to become a book group. I just felt that there was a book that I was reading that might help some of you guys. It might give somebody that bit of belief. Do you know, it's a book. This is it here. It's a book by, excuse my wee post-it notes, it's just a few things that I want to read to you. It's Reasons to Stay Alive. It's by Matt Haig. If anybody wants it, I can always put it in my bag and bring it with me to Oswald's on a Monday. But this is a kind of true story about how the author came through his own crisis. He triumphed over a mental health illness that almost destroyed him, and he learned to live again. It's moving, it's funny, and it's quite joyous. It's also a wee memoir. There's a lot of stuff in this. It's just about making the most of your time on the earth. It's just about changing these wee things and stopping that big black dog, putting a leash on it and trying to manage it. And as I say, we're all different, but at the end of the day, if there's any wee nuggets that I'm giving you guys that you feel is going to help you, then by all means. There's ways that Rab does things, there's ways that Scott does things, there's ways that everybody's doing things. Everything's all different, do you know? But if there's anything that I can help you with, by all means, as I said, just give me a message. There's a few wee bits that I want to read out to you guys. Excuse me, I've not got my reading glasses on. But there's just a few wee points that Matt Haig makes in this book. As I say, it's quite a good book, and I will put it in my bag in case anybody wants to read it. Just an excerpt from this. It says, "Nothing lasts forever. This pain won't last. The pain tells you it'll last, but pain lies. Do you know? Just ignore it. Pain is a debt that's paid off with time. Minds move, personalities shift. To quote him from his previous book, your mind's a galaxy, more dark than light, but the light makes it worthwhile." Which is to say, don't take your own life. Even when the darkness is total, always know that life is not still. Time is space, you're moving through that galaxy, just wait for the stars. My interpretation of that is just, it's nothing lasts forever. Do you know, those feelings that you're maybe having, of angst and feelings of depression and just feelings like you can't go on, they don't last forever. Do you know, trust me, they really don't last forever. Depression would love to put its dirty boot on your head and hold you down and keep saying to you, listen, you're never getting out of this. Never will you get out of this. But it does subside. And as I say from myself, the main reason I started doing this podcast is to really see if I can help people, to see if I can use my previous life experiences to help anybody. That's why I'm bringing in good guys like Robert and good guys like Scott. It's guys that have been there and done it, and we've all, as society, we're all doing the same things. We all keep making the same mistakes over and over again, and it's just trying to tweak the wee bits in your life that could maybe be improved a wee bit. Do you know? Other excerpts in this book, as I say, listen, I'm not going to give you the full thing, and this is not a book club by any stretch of the imagination. He also says that I believe that because it was in part through reading and writing that I found a salvation from the dark, which is what I was alluding to earlier. It's reading, it's writing, it's doing something creative. You find that that's not long in replacing the dark thoughts when you start experiencing with getting out there and doing things and just trying to help. Ever since I realised that depression lied about the future, I've wanted to write a book about my experience to tackle up depression and anxiety head on. This book seeks out to do two things: to lessen the stigma, and possibly more quixotic ambition is to try and actually convince people that the bottom of the valley never provides the clearest view. I think that's quite beautiful. Matt wrote this because the oldest cliches remain the truest, that time does heal. The tunnel does have light at the end of it, even if you're not able to see it. And there's a 2-for-1 offer on clouds and silver linings. Words just sometimes can set you free. There's also another part from a professor, Jonathan Rottenberg. He was an evolutionary psychologist and the author of The Depths. And when he was writing in 2014, these are words that I found strangely comforting, and I'm sure Matt did, and I think it will resonate with a lot of you as well. It says, how will we better contain depression? expect no magic pill. One lesson learned from treating chronic pain is that it's tough to override responses that are hardwired into your body and mind. Instead, we must follow the economy of mood where it leads, attending to the sources that bring so many into low mood states, Think routines that feature too much work and too little sleep. We need broader mood literacy and an awareness of tools that interrupt low mood states before they morph into longer and more severe ones. These tools include altering how we think, the events around us, our relationships or conditions in our bodies, i.e. by meditation, exercise or diet. And that is the points that I'm getting at. It is making those small, tiny tweaks to your life and to try and make it better, make it more wholesome, to have a real sense of worth, rather than it being something that every Friday you go out and you get drunk. Saturday you wake up, you're rough as toast. Back on the drink, hair of the dog. It's the good old British saying, isn't it? Get back on it, back on the horse, get a right good swally into you and just move on, go for it. Real Britannia, it's that bullshit psyche. It's the ways that I'm trying to do this and the ways that I've done it myself is through, as I said, I'm not ashamed to admit that, it is through meditation, it's through mindfulness, it's through reading, it's through speaking to people, it's learning that. You guys think I'm just asking Robert and Scott questions. I'm actually digging into them to see if there's anything that I can take from that, if there's anything that could be there that could help me, because for as much as I'm a happy, jovial person all of the time, the happiness and the joviality is there to mask insecurities. You ask anybody, you've seen that with Scott when I was speaking to him, and that's what Scott was saying. A lot of that, he was a class clown, and that it's to mask your insecurities. Not saying everybody's that way, but you do generally find that the ones in society keep an eye on the happiest. Your happiest mates, is there something that they're masking? Is there something that they're not telling anybody? Is there something that's really grating at them and they are using hilarity to maybe cover the fact that they are feeling a bit depressed? So that's important. Don't just check up on your quieter friends, but also check in on the ones that are the life and soul of the party, the ones that are always giving it loudy, okay? And listen, the last bit that I'm not going to bore you with any more of this. As I say, great book for me, great to read these things, and you'll be pleased to see that's the last of my post-it notes. But it's just an excerpt just on things that depression says to you. I've lost count of the amount of times that there was things like this going on with myself. It's just saying, hey, sad sack, you, what you doing? Why are you trying to get out of bed? Why are you trying to apply for a job? Who the fuck do you think you are, Mark Zuckerberg? You're never going to do anything. You're never going to amount to anything. Stay in your bed. You're going to go mad. You're going to go mad like Van Gogh. Remember him? He cut off his ear. You could be that mental. Why are you crying? Because you need to put the washing machine on. Hey, remember your dog? Remember him? Wee Betty? He's dead. Just like your grandparents, just like your mum and dad are going to be and your kids, and just like you, everyone you've ever met could be dead, and they will be dead this time next century. Yep, everybody you know is just a collection of slowly deteriorating cells. Look at the people outside the window. Look at them, just them right there outside the window. Why can you not be like them? Let's just stay here and look at it and contemplate the infinite sadness. Our cushions, it's awesome. Just stay on the couch. Don't go anywhere. Just stay in the house. Just watch the football on a Sunday. Just stay there. Don't move. That's what depression wants you to do. It wants you to stay there. It wants to keep you under its clutches and not do anything. And the last note on this, it says, P.S. I've just seen Tomorrow and it's even worse. That's the way that depression gets people. That's the way that I don't watch the news anymore. I stopped watching the news. I can't watch that shit. I can't watch without putting a tin hat on. I can't watch these assholes with their opinions and they're trying to force it down people's throats. If it annoys you, switch it off. Distance yourself from it. If there's anything on TV, somebody that annoys you or somebody that gets you down, or Instagram posts with some wee idiot that's 23 and he's got a Lamborghini and a model wife and all that shit, turn it off. Honestly, if that's the kind of stuff that's annoying you, just turn it off. Delete the app. start to look for more wholesome content, start to look on Twitter, start to look on these great places for educational purposes, start to look and read and learn. Do you know, try to sit with yourself, go into yourself with the mindfulness, do your breathing and see if there is any way that you can free your mind. Do you know, as I said, I do my mindfulness maybe half an hour every night and I sleep like a baby. I'm not gonna lie. Do you know, previously I would have worries, and it was you'd be worrying about the cost of living crisis, your work, the war in Ukraine, how are the kids? Are the kids going to be okay at school? And what about bullies and all that crap? But you're just basically expecting something bad to happen. That's what fear is. That's what anxiety is. It's expecting a bad dream to come true. Mindfulness just brings you into yourself. It clears your mind and just helps you to relax and focus on the present, focus on today, because the only thing that you can control in your life is just now. Yesterday's long gone. Said to Scott on Friday, you can't keep beating yourself up about the past. The past's gone. There's nothing you can do to bring that back. It makes no sense to keep berating yourself about things that happened in the past. You've got to forgive yourself and move on. Today you can control. In the future, you can't control it either. You can put in place good intentions for going forward into the future, but today, they call it the present for a reason, because it's a gift. It's a gift that every day is a gift, and you can do something, and you should be doing something. Just look at yourself and say, is there something that I could be doing? Is there somebody that I could be helping? Be grateful. Do you know, I know you can get the gratitude journals off of Amazon and in bookstores. Get one of them. I do it every year. Wake up and be grateful for 3 things. Wake up and say, I'm grateful that I've made it through another night. Do you know, I know we're not old or destitute or in the cold, but wake up and say, I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for the fact that I've got a loving family. I'm grateful that I've got a job. I'm grateful that I've got work. And if you start every day looking for things to be grateful for, then it starts your day off on a positive. Do you know, that's it. I read a book years ago and it said the best thing to do the minute you wake up is to wake up and make your bed. Do something positive. The first thing the minute you wake up is to make your bed. Do something positive. And I actually caught my wee boy this morning. He climbed into bed with me, and the wee man's only 2, 3 next month, and he jumps out his side of the bed. I jump out my side of the bed, and he starts pulling the covers towards himself, and I went, that's beautiful. The fact that he saw me doing this so many times and he's copying the way that I'm doing things. Do you know what? I really thought that was beautiful, and it just shows you the innocence of children. Do you know that he'll copy me? He'll do exactly as I'm doing and pull that, and hopefully that's something that sticks with him during the course of his life. But listen, guys, that's enough from me. As I've said a million times, I do like to talk. Just one last thing. As I say, support the page, share it with anybody you think might help them. Times are tough. I know it's dark at night and dark in the morning, and everybody's feeling a wee bit down. Was it SAD syndrome? The seasonal affection syndrome or some shit. It's the time of year where everybody starts to feel that wee bit down. I just implore you to go and visit the elderly, go and visit the people about your constituency, go and get the crack with the locals, go and see people in your community, if there's any ways that you can help. And if you are really feeling down, as I say, that's a great book to read. Fantastic. And if anybody's really, really struggling, as I say, give me a message, send me a message, and I can try and signpost you wherever. Every Monday I'm in Oswald's as well. I haven't been the last few weeks, in fact. There's just family issues coming up. Just for this time of the year, it's chaos. And if anybody's really, really struggling, just I implore you, just contact Samaritans. Samaritans is going to be there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If there's maybe times that you want to bypass me and go to a professional, by all means. I can only signpost people. I'm not Gandhi, I'm not the Mother Teresa. I can't fix everybody's ails and woes, but I can assist people to the right place. As I say, contact Samaritans every day, 24/7, 116 123. It's free to call, and they'll always have somebody on the other end of that line. If you're ever feeling that bad, that you're feeling you're at rock bottom, by all means, give these guys and girls a phone. That's what they're there for. But honestly, don't suffer in silence, guys. And that's me. But I'll let you guys crack on. Enjoy your day. And I think the next guest that we have on the podcast is my good friend Stevie Hall. And for my English friends and my German friends, you will definitely need subtitles for Stevie, because he goes at a mile a dozen. But great guy, great story. So listen, guys, take care of yourselves, look after each other, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.